Hello everyone, welcome to Crowdfunding Countdown, where we take a look at every single board game campaign finishing up in the next week, and we have a big one this week. I'm excited to get into it, but first off, something a little bit different in case you missed it, and this is along the crowdfunding vein as well. I wrote another board game rap. I did. You can check it out. The link for the solo rap is down below, or I'm going to play it right now to get us pumped for the week, baby.
So, you want to know what the deck we've been up to? Hey, guilty gear up. We the type to bring a demon to a gunfight. Backslash action smash and leave him stunned, right? Moon slash flash could clash and when everyone might mimic every faction and master the game in one night it's over. We bring that magnetic closure. Roll bones with the two-headed trolls and the ogres. Man, aliens gonna hatch, game is over. Put the corpse in corpse, stay the course there, soldier. Watch out, hordes taking them down with cohorts, 4 horse, the apocalypse now. Rise up like the dead from the ash of the crown. Fly up to the red sun, my covalent's brown. Float on the waves, setting our weight. Stuff full of shiny filigoram crate. I'm a leaf on the wind, what the cup I made. Put your paws up, kid, like a cat in space. Ragnarok, a feather, we flock together. We're locked to weather the knock-knock of the shock Davy brought to the lock of treasure. Walk the plank, we're a whirlpool crew. Keep the stamina and damn it, and the cannons, cause the cannons go boom. Everybody on the planet go boom. Gorilla gang, oi dames go boom. But in animal mood, when you overload the wolves' chemicals, they go boom. You can travel for hours and hours down with the flowers without the dowager cowards amid the powers and powers. And when your palate is pallid, well, you just open the owls and stone saga all the comets and mountains. We bring that pain, create and craft and crave and cave in. Make the game and break imaginations. Catches and dreams between heaven and hell. Pagan Productions go hard and we out.
Yeah, Kagan Productions, they do Kickstarter trailers, and they've contacted me before. They were like, hey, you always react really nicely to our trailers because they actually tell what the game's about, and they make it exciting, rather than just making it nonsense, generally. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You can use my reactions, no problem. And then they contacted me later because they saw I'd written a board game rap, and they wanted me to do that. So it was super fun to take all their trailers, pick out all the different words, and I wanted to share it here. So there we go. There's a link down below to just the rap if you want to listen to it again. So not a bad way to start off the week. And I also want to give a huge shout out to my newest patron, Peter. Thanks so much for jumping on board, supporting the channel. Again, it continually means so much that people get enough value out of what I do in order to help keep the channel running. So let's get into the week. There's a lot of stuff, and I haven't filtered through anything yet, so we may have some skips. And before we get into the week, it's time to call out stuff from last week. Thank you, Trash Cult, for reminding me, but we'll get to Trash Cult in a second, or a little bit down the way. But here are the games. Let's go to our YouTube comments. Thank you to everybody for pointing out the $1 thing. And this is a hard stop. If you do that stupid $1 before you back, I cannot support your campaign. I just cannot do it. That is a stupid marketing tactic of FOMO that we're not about here at Room and Board. We're not about the sunk cost fallacy here on this channel. We're not about giving you $1 buy-in so that you mentally have already thought that you've bought this game. You've mentally already contributed money. You've gotten that barrier out of the way. And so now you're going to purchase it. No, it's a stupid practice. It is absolutely not necessary, and it only is for FOMO. It's only another way to get you getting in on the early bird. Now it's an early bird. When does it stop? It stops right now. And shout out to everybody in the comments who pointed them out. Cryptic Nature was the pick of the week last week. Cryptic Nature is not the pick of the week. Don't get it. I actively think you shouldn't get it, even though it looked fun, because they did that stupid marketing technique. What else did it? Let's look. Shout out to Carlos. I agree, that stupid $1 entrance fee needs to go the heck away. What else was there? I know there was another one. Oh, Last Light. Sorry, Last Light. $1 pre-registration means absolutely not. Don't get Cryptic Nature, don't get Last Light. Save your money for companies who don't do that dumb $1 pre-registration thing. I'm going to shout this from the rooftops at the beginning of every episode. So if I miss it, please drop it in the comments so that I can re-emphasize it on the next episode. Huge shout out to everybody who did that. So nope, Trash Cult is another one where you shouldn't get it because that's stupid. If the only way that you can get your marketing information and this was supposed to go at the beginning, so we're already on Trash Cult, but I'm friggin' fired up. If the only way you can get your little marketing information is by having people pay $1 so you know they're actually interested in purchasing your game, and then you can market to people who share the same DNA on them, to me, that's a load of garbage. I think it's a pretty big load of garbage. I think you've seen that the $1 pre-registration works. I think you've seen that people are more likely to purchase the game if they already have skin in the game rather than just a following for a free gift, that it amplifies that feeling even more. And I think you want to prey upon that. And sure, you know, if it's a game that I was already excited about before, no, like it just really puts me off. It really, really puts me off. I'm pretty sure Veiled Fate is doing that. I think I saw that happen down the line for Veiled Fate's expansion. And I played Veiled Fate's expansion recently, and I really enjoyed it. And I probably would have backed it, but I'm not gonna now. And it is because of this $1 thing. We have to take hard stances here on Room and Board, and this is the hard stance. It's just how it is. This is how we vote with our wallets. This is how we make people focus on giving us value in the campaign and value in the rule books and presenting great games with good mechanics, not just having things that are constantly niggling away at you, constantly making you feel like, yeah, I've already bought in. It's like somebody coming up to you and be like, hey, give me $1. Why? Oh, I have a product coming out that you might want. Okay. And if you do want it, if you give me $1 now, I'll let you in on a little secret. What's the secret? Not telling you until we get to the campaign, but it's really exclusive. And you know what? Nobody else is going to know it except for you. You might save $5 down the line. Yeah, but I don't want it. I don't even know if I want it yet. You haven't even presented it to me. Don't care. Give me $1. But what? Just give me $1. Just give me it. No. Okay. You don't get a super special thing. You gotta spend $20. You gotta spend $20 down the line. You still won't give me my $1? Okay, take your $1. It's fine. Take the $1. It is the principle of the thing. I cannot stand it. I cannot abide it. And I'm really freaking mad. I'll find a way to cut this. Anyway, let's get on with the episode. And when you get to Trash Cult, you'll see what triggered me. But we're going to start right away over on GameFound with Stowii, the portable, adaptable, foldaway gaming table that's game for anything. Right here, Stowii. Let's check it out. I'm going to mute this and talk while it's setting up so we all can watch it together. It seems like a bit too much to set up right now is kind of what it's feeling like. To me, it's nice that they have additional stuff that they can add, but you have to clip everything in together. Nice that it folds down into that little cube, but also that game fold seems like it might do a better job at giving you that portable gaming table because it's flat, and flat things can generally live a little bit better. This one also doesn't seem to have as much space because it's a square table, right? I'm interested to see how much, and it's $1,000. Nope. Okay, we're moving on. It's $1,000 for a 3x3 Stowii. Jeez, and then a 4x4 is, oh, that's with extras. Okay, so 4x4 is $902. Two 3x3s with extras is $1,800. Yeah, I just don't see why you wouldn't buy a full gaming table at that point in time. The game fold was much cheaper, and sorry, but it looks fun. I like innovation, and I like the potential in travel stuff, but it just feels too expensive, and I think the other flatter one would be better, but it depends on your needs. I like that it does go into this little cube, but it obviously takes a little bit more time to set up than just going ka-chunk, because it's a folding table with rails on it. So that finishes tomorrow. I don't think I had covered it. I wondered if I had forgotten about it. But if that seems exciting to you, you can check it out. That finishes tomorrow at 3. Let's move along to Forks, 2nd edition, retheming of spoons. So it's always been called Forks. It's been Forks this whole time, because why spoon when you can fork? Let's see what this one's all about. Well, that's cool. There's a way that you're just drafting cards. They all are corresponding with either Harbor, City, Ridge, Vista Sands, Acres, also the color on them, and they're worth that much money as long as enough people invested in the middle, because if not enough people invested in the middle, then the two that weren't drafted the most are actually worth negative points, basically. For full rules overview, let's check it out. 2 pages. Seems like pretty Pretty easy rules overview to me. Well, those rules are taking forever to load, but I pretty much got the gist of it. You take a card, you pass the other two to your left, you take the second card and keep it, and then you put the leftover card in the middle, and the cards in the middle will determine if the cards in your hand are worth positive or negative points. 3 destinations with the highest marketing value score positive, the 2 lowest score negative. Oh, that's cool too, so that you don't have to put in too many. It's like Arboretum, but better. This is the better version of Arboretum if you wanted to play it with more people. Because it's drafting. Drafting's a lot better than drawing a random card from the deck and holding on to a million suits in your hand and then seeing what you can king make, because things are private in this one. If people like Arboretum, you should like this one instead. It's £10, which works out to $18 Canadian. Great. New theme, new artwork. There's just a bunch of pictures of buildings though. I was hoping to see more forks like stabbing into things, more different types of forks, but maybe that'll be the 3rd edition. All postage will be subsidized and sent from the UK. We offer friendly shipping to EU, USA, Australia, UK. Other countries may have to pay duties. £3, $3.80, $5 shipping. So $23 for this card game? That's pretty reasonable as far as Kickstarter card games go. I think it seems pretty reasonable. It's going to be a very small package, right? It's 55 cards. It'll come in just like a little deck box. So maybe not that reasonable compared to what you're getting. And maybe you could homebrew your own version of this pretty easily with 5 suits of cards. Take another card game that has 5 suits in it and play it. I don't know. I assume you would have 1 to 11 or 2 to 12, because I've only seen 12s up here, and there's 11 of each card of each suit. Seems pretty reasonable. I'm not like supremely interested in it, but it definitely isn't a horrible design. I think it's a better design than some other designs out there that are currently out there, like Arboretum, and I think it's a decent price for Kickstarter, including the shipping. So if you're interested in that, that's pretty good. That finishes Thursday, February 29th at 4:56 a.m. It's good. Nothing's finishing on Wednesday the 28th, so you can clear your schedule to watch the season premiere of Survivor 46. It's gonna be good. All right, let's move on to the Stefan Feld City Collection, Nassau and Kathmandu 7 and 8. Is this number 7 and 8 already? Jeez. You know, this must be the only thing that's keeping Queen Games afloat. Really, this is the only reason why people ever need to go back to the Queen Games. Well, it's because it's got Stefan Feld, and they got Stefan Feld in a basement somewhere just pumping out this city collection, and he's not allowed to leave until he makes a city for every place. We had re-themings, and then we have Vienna Cuzco, and now we have Nassau and Kathmandu, a multi-year collaboration between designer Stefan Feld and Queen Games. Entails both reimagined versions of classic titles and new designs. 2 new designs are this one though, Nassau and Kathmandu. So let's check them both out. I mean, do we even have to though? Because it's going to be a stupid amount. $79 for the base game, like $107. These Stefan Feld games, this style of game used to be like $30, $40. Nassau, $70 the same, and then when you get the deluxe, it's $129. And with the deluxe, you get, look at these acrylic printed pirates and acrylic equipment tiles. I don't know. I just find these very expensive. But that's me being a broken record because I find everything expensive. As pirate captains, you want to find the best path to the greatest glory among pirates by cleverly hiring a wild pirate crew in Nassau, as well as daringly navigating through and bravely fighting in the Caribbean. The aim is to defeat opponents, plunder trading posts, set up outposts, conquer control towers, and tell tall tales to your fellow pirates over a bottle of rum. Whoever is able to put together the bravest crew with the best equipment in 4 rounds, and therefore gain the most honor, obviously, while sailing through the Caribbean, wins this game. Each round you move a pirate captain around Nassau, gather all kinds of weapon, crew, and equipment. In order to move the pirate captain to a desired spot, you have to place one of your pirates on each space of the alley. So you're creating these chains of route building where you have a limited number of resources of your own crew. Everything you get will help you ready yourself on your ship. Once you run out of pirates to place in Nassau, so it would take you a long time. But I guess you get additional pirates that way. Probably. That's what that means. So you want to optimize these routes and pay attention to what else is happening. Then it's time to sail the high seas. When entering a sea section, you can choose from multiple actions. You can set up an outpost. You can fight off an opponent of your choice. You can conquer control towers, and you can steal goods. So you can do a whole bunch of piratey things. For more detailed information, watch the videos below. Are you going to give me a rulebook? Probably not. Content, deluxe versus classic. Well, with the deluxe, you get the deluxe, and not the classic. And what about the classic? Do you get the deluxe? No, you get the classic. Ah, perfect. I'm very glad that you specified these two. You get an eco-friendly storage solution in deluxe, and you don't get it in the classic, but in the classic, you get an eco-friendly storage boxes, which you don't get in the deluxe. I prefer the wooden pirates, I think. So it's like multiple routes moving around. Yeah, it seems fine. I'm sure it'll be fun. And there's no rulebook. Great. So let's look at what they say about Kathmandu to give you a sketch of the game. Although to be fair, like, I give a little bit of leeway to Stefan Feld, because if you know you like Stefan Feld's games, a sketch might be all you need, like the high-level overview might be all you need. It's kind of all I need. Don't really need to know what all the things in the ports let me do. I know it's just going to be cascading points, right? I think the main things you want to pull from Nassau are dual route manipulation, right? You're going to have a ship that's going to go to different places. If you like planning paths and you like Ticket to Ride, that route building and objective fulfillment and optimizing efficiency in routes, then maybe check it out. Kathmandu, are you going to be better than Reviving Kathmandu by Lemery Games? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. On an adventurous journey through Nepal. Onwards to on an adventurous journey through Nepal. Gameplay. What is gameplay? It's on an adventurous journey through Nepal. There we go. Nailed it. Your destination is the legendary capital of Nepal, Kathmandu. By carefully using your dice and action cards, you'll find the best way to get there. Along the way, you will trade in various cities, visit temples for meditation, explore the diverse landscape with its Nepalese flora and fauna, and if you're attentive, you will find many a treasure. On your turn, you choose one of your 6 dice. You get a resource the same color of the dice, and the pips are the amount of spaces you must move your yak. Move your friggin' yak. Once you move your yak, check if your yak tile shows the same landscape as the space you reached. Is your yak tile there? If that's the case, you can flip the next yak. Flipping all yak tiles awards many points at the end of the game, so you want to just run around in this little area. When you reach a temple space, you can make an offering. Don't know where temple space is right now. Oh, it's over here. Look at that yak. The more temples you visit, the more offerings you do, the more points you get at the end of the game. So again, so you're running around, trying to hit temples, trying to go to various places, moving that yak all over the... I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I mean, I do know why. It's because it's funny. Gathering equipment cards, using them at the right moment will be key to mitigate the many obstacles that you will face on your journey. And Nepal has, I don't know if you know this, but Nepal has a very diverse fauna with lots of interesting animals to discover. And lucky for you, you have your easel and colors. Not paints, your colors. And you can paint these animals for everyone to see. So you can prove that you did see a little red panda along the way, and a rhinoceros on the road, because you got your easel and your colors out and you scribbled that down. And what's really great about Nepal is that all of the wildlife just stands there while you can sketch them and paint them like your French girls. Your goal is to reach Kathmandu and to visit as many places as possible on the way. Okay, so it's not just to get to Kathmandu. You want to Kaiju up in this hizzy and visit everything. But don't spend too much time or you won't get to see Kathmandu and lose out on those sweet points at the end. You know, the fact that they called it sweet points is really winning me over at Queen Games. This is the first thing you've done that really speaks to me as an individual. And I'm grateful for it. I very much am. 6 rounds, most points. What's shipping like? Stupid. 1 classic game, 24. So this is going to be $104 to get a very basic version of the game. I just like... Let's go to Miniature Market. Can I search just by Stefan Feld? No. Can I search by Queen Games? Let's look for Marrakesh. How about let's look for Marrakesh, because that's probably the most popular one. Or even Hamburg. Let's look for Hamburg or Amsterdam. All right, let's check Boardlandia then. I don't want to check in Canada, right? Because I just want to check somewhere else. Hamburg, Queen Games, 8170. Hamburg, Ding and Dent, Queen Games, 8570. Yes, I want the one that's banged up. So it was selling for 8570. But here's the thing. These are 79, so you're getting a deal, except you have to pay for shipping here, and generally stuff like getting it from your local store, you can get it for cheaper because they'll pay for the shipping, right? Because their margins are better. So if anyone who's getting the classic, stop it and talk to your local store. You can probably get it for cheaper. The deluxe edition you won't be able to get. I never think the deluxe is worth it for Queen games specifically. I think the regular is probably just fine. You just get acrylic stuff, which is okay, but you don't really need it. Queen game stuff is just overpriced and generally not worth it. Both of these look fine, but from the other city collections, I think the other ones have looked more interesting to me. So take that for what you will. I don't feel like it's really that worth it. I would wait for retail and wait for the reviews. But if you're interested, that finishes Thursday, February 29th at 5:30 a.m. Let's move along to this one, Ninjas Unleashed, multi-team, solo, and co-op, 4-in-1 game. They're all balanced perfectly. A ruthless competitive strategy tableau deck-building game set in a parallel world of super ninjas for casual and serious gamers. All right, this doesn't really seem like my cup of game. Australian 75, Canadian 67. That might not be too bad. Limited quantity only. Be early or miss out. And then there's no limit to the backers down there. Oh yeah, limited quantity, 2,000. All right, that's not that bad. That's a very enormous amount. These people need to be messaged to know that they can get that for cheaper. But for a tableau deck building game, you don't need minis. You just don't. Players control Shogun houses and vie for control over the Celestial Stones. Ugh, I hate this. I hate it when games do this. Over 1.7 million combinations. Wow, you'll get a fresh game 1.7 million times? Your game is cool. We get it. Your game has cards. That's all you're saying. Is my game has cards, and those cards come out in a different way. Let's see. Is there even a rule book? Is there even a gameplay section? They certainly aren't using the stuff on the left. Gameplay, here we go. This is 3/4 down the page. Inexcusable. See easy step-by-step how to play. I want to see easy step-by-step how to play. What? Oh my god. Why is this not on the page? Why is this not on the page? Like, this should be on your page. You have to click over here to even see the gameplay breakdown, not even the rule book. You get 5 cards, you recruit and train their students into apprentice ninjas who go on missions. You use 3 actions to draw cards, enhance your ninjas to build up your houses, sabotage cards in opponents' houses, play tactic cards to gain tactical advantage. Don't know, that's just gobbledygook. It's just tell me what the advantages are. Trigger the powers of special cards in your house. Players battle it out during the mission phase. Only one worthy apprentice may take on a coveted mission. I do kind of like that. Everybody kind of puts up their apprentice and they get a roll to get the unique abilities. I think that's kind of neat. But there's no rule book here. Like, no. Australia, 20 bucks. I guess it's in Australian dollars. Canada, 26. Still a $100 game for a game that I don't know anything about because you haven't given me a rule book. Yeah, you've given me the gameplays, sure, but no rule book, no coverage. No rule book, tertiary coverage. I'm covering what I see on the page without clicking links, and I don't see all that much, unfortunately. So there you go. That finishes Thursday, February 29th at 8:01 a.m. It's an easy cop-out for me. I got too many tabs open to watch something else. Next up, we got Atomic Kaiju. Maybe this will be a deck-building card game. That is interesting, where you race to hatch giant beasts and destroy enemy cities with military and monstrous might. Here, like, if you're not giving me a clear sample of what your game is, like, why should I be interested? You just have ninja cards thrown down that can maybe level up. I'm not sure why I should be interested from this campaign page. I'm not sure why these backers are interested either, unless they're excited about getting their images AI art generated into a samurai. Anyway, Atomic Kaiju is here, a deck building card game where you race to hatch giant beasts and destroy enemy cities with military and monstrous might. You know what? All I'm thinking about right now is the Kaiju Unfair expansion that I still haven't played, but I'm so excited to play. See, that's a good video. Cardboard Knot. Good job. Like, this is a video that actually tells me anything about the game and tells me everything I kind of need to know. Really good explanation. I feel like I don't even need to read the rulebook. It was so good. This is a deck building game. You have 2 resources. You have science and you have punching. You want to punch your opponent's city before they punch yours to death. That's it. 2 players. Very simple, 30 to 40 minutes. Great. A print and play for 10 bucks too if you have your own way to print out cards. Easy. And only 20 bucks. 27 for Atomic Kaiju. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 100 card market. Yeah, it's going to be a simple deck builder. You don't need to charge too much for the cards. they need to work on how they make their deluxe, because nobody clearly wants an Atomic Kaiju patch. The playmat kind of looks fun, but I, don't need it. Draw 7 science points in one hand, and you can hatch the ultimate weapon, an ultimate Kaiju beast to lay waste to your enemies, and you never know which fearsome beast you'll hatch. 8 terrifying monsters. So you just got to throw in some extra monsters into your deluxe. Reason for the season. That was a previous one? Yeah, Chestnut Tree. What have you done? Reason for the season. Oh, that was, when did this fund? Yeah, 2003, so I covered this, I think. Right, you're just taking down Santa. I think it was more of a battler, so I wasn't that interested, but Atomic Kaiju is a deck builder, and I like those. Stretch goals, they'll throw in a few more markets, unlock a set of limited redesigned Kaiju cards, 20,000 shipping rates, US $5, Canada $10, UK, EU 15. So for me, it'd be $30 US, so about $40 Canadian. Where's the rulebook, though? I did love the video so much. I really did love the video so much, but do we have a rulebook? If we have a rulebook, I will back you. But I can't back you if you don't have a rulebook on your page. Damn. Because I want to see a little bit more interaction. I want to see a little bit more detail on how you attack each other and destroy, and how your cities are set up, right? I want a little bit more detail to see if it's an interesting punch. And if the game's design is entirely finished, there's no reason not to have a rulebook on your page. That's just, that's really disappointing. That's really disappointing. It is a good price. $20 is a good price for a fun themed little deck builder that comes in a small box that you can pull out that's a 2-player that plays quickly. I would have backed you if you had the rulebook on the page. Oh, disappointing. You lost a sale, and maybe more than one. That finishes Thursday, February 29th at 8:47 a.m. Really disappointed by that. Let's move on to Trash Cult. Collect food, make snacrifices. Very good. Unleash chaos and lead your cult of trash animals to victory in this family-friendly card game. Let's worship food and unleash chaos. That's a good tagline. See, when you pause it and you see the actual actions on the cards, makes you less excited than what the theme is presenting. Good video, getting you pumped up, but this is why I always look into mechanics. I think if the theme resonate, no, absolutely not. Did you reserve your VIP spot for the $1 before we launched? This one's for you for $15. Absolutely not. This is a garbage game for garbage people. Oh, that reminds me, we have to go back in time. So Trash Cult, let's go back to that, but I want to put that more at the beginning. So I guess Trash Cult's at the beginning now. So no, not even looking into this any further whatsoever. This is stupid. Don't get it. It finishes. Oh, it already finished. Goodbye. Not even putting its link down below for you. That's what's happening. Let's move on to something that's a lot nicer. And this is You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. There's a website called Crowdfunder, which I am only now hearing about. I don't really know what a zine is, and I'm going to find out. But this is one of my patrons. They posted it in our Discord, and they had been working on it. And you can pick up some cheap fun and brighten your day starting at $3. $3 supporting independent creators. You know what you could get for $1? Get 3 of those friggin' pledges together. This might feel disjointed because you heard that at the beginning of the episode, but get 3 of those dollars together, give it to an independent creator, and get whatever a zine is that I always thought was called a zine. I think it's an RPG thing. There's more than 17 zines and games for you to enjoy. I'm going to play this video and calm myself down. Look at this cute little chicken. You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet includes a variety of game zines, typically 8-page booklets, all of which will be made available as digital downloads in both screen and print-friendly versions. Cool. Every purchase will also provide a community copy on itch.io for the respective games so that those unable to otherwise afford a game can still enjoy them. Yeah, so $1.50. You know what you could do with $1? You know what you could do with $1.50 of those pre-pledges? Give some booklets of zines to people to enjoy. I love zines. I wish I knew more about zines so I could really wave this banner around, but I don't care. Stumping your friends with musical gifts to hunting heffalumps as Piglet, to turning your kitchens into a game workshop, there's a digital zine for everyone. I guess I'm not the target audience because I still don't know what a zine is, but I want to support it. Who's Warped Board Games, a queer neurodivergent-led game design powerhouse, baby. Dedicated to spreading joy with a dollop of understanding and empathy. Rochelle's the bomb. I'm still mad from friggin' trash, whatever. that I have closed the tab. I'm not putting it down below. I'm not counting it as coverage in my crowdfunding countdown list. That's the stance. Okay, I gotta look up what a zine is because I really want to understand. It's a TTRPG. They're mini TTRPG adventures, I think, right? Yes, okay. Said I wrote about this in a post here. I just want to say easily the most charming, adorable thematic game I've ever seen. Everything's cute. It's a labor of love. I don't know. I'm mad. A zine is most commonly a small circulation publication of original or appropriated text and images. More broadly, the term encompasses any self-published unique work of minority interest, usually reproduced via photocopier. That doesn't help me at all. I'm going to need people, Rochelle, I need you in the comments. I'll pin it. Pitch what a zine is. There are a variety of game zines. They're typically 8-page booklets. But I need to know what the games are and why they're fun. But I trust you that they are fun. So put that down in the comments. I'll pin it or something. But yeah, you can check that out. And once that happens, you can read in the comments, or maybe you know all sorts of zines. But yeah, I want more of a pitch for a zine centered around food. Do you just get a bag of chips and you say, whoever stuffs the most chips in their mouth wins? I don't know. I really don't know. And then you draw 8 pages of someone stuffing chips in their mouth. Happy to be one of those people. I don't know. Check this out, though. Links are down below. My patrons support me. I support my patrons. It's a circle of life. Okay. 16 Canadian. For a zine. This is another zine. I don't know what zines are, but the art looks cute here, too. I don't get it. Okay, as if I wasn't angry enough, let's get even angrier with this altered trading card game, because I dislike trading card games. Please, I need something good. Oh, and then Dante's coming up. Oh, God. Explore the unexpected for fans of trading card games. Not me. Altered could very well be a dream come true. It is the most funded Kickstarter trading card game ever. Wow. Let's check this out. I don't know what any of that means. I suppose Altered is a video game? Oh, it was founded by the Libeled studio, who made Dixit, Mysterium, Dice Forge, and Seasons. Yeah, I know Seasons very well. What is Altered? Well, that's what I was hoping your initial video would explain, but I guess I'll try this one out too. Okay, so this has gameplay unlike any other card game. That is their thesis statement here. Let's see if that's true. You have 6 factions. No trading card game has had factions before, ever. That's true. It's not like you pick your faction in a lot of trading card games that have their own unique deck. Nope. You're definitely off to a good start. Altered has a modern mana system where you can use any cards in your hand as mana. So basically you pay for your cards with your other cards. Certainly no games like Race for the Galaxy have ever done that before. This says it's also about exploration, which I'm interested in that, in a trading card game, sort of being more about the exploration and being a race, rather than being sort of a standard battle hit points idea. That does seem exciting to me, to be fair. There's also a way to have cards that you've just played go into the reserve and then play them out again. Sure, I'm interested. So it seems like it's a lane battler, though, where you can move your companion on the lanes and you got to go through the different biomes, the different steps in order to unify each other. I like that you could just leave your companion somewhere and then just send your person somewhere. This is really interesting because on one hand, there's this app associated with it. Everything you scan can go into your own account. You've scanned that card and you own that card, and there's like a digital place where you can create decks and you can look up events. All that's really cool. And then they're also pitching this as the marketplace. And I think that's what's hooking people in. You can put your cards up. This is going to be like the Diablo 3 market is what people hope for it to be. If someone gets a really rare card, they can put it up there and they can be searching on it and they can sell their card instantly. Somebody else then adds it to their collection and then they can then print it on demand. And I don't know if you lose the rights to your card or not, but it seems like there's going to be that weird virtual world. And I also don't know if that will dilute the value if you could then like print your cards so you have the physical copy and then you sell your card again, or if there's like a certificate of authenticity. But that's what people are basing this all around. And I really like that you can scan your cards and you can get a bunch of lore. That's really cool. But I'm really nervous that the reason people are buying this is because they hope that they can flip things, right? I bet a bunch of people are getting this expert pack and hoping that they can get rich and get those legendary pops, which is the thing that like is addictive and not good for the hobby, I don't think. Then you're just trading stock, right? You're not actually playing with the things. You're hoping that you can get rich off of someone else, who's then hoping that they can buy it from you and flip it for a profit. And it no longer becomes about the mechanics and about the lore, it becomes about that. And that just is really upsetting to me. 42 displays, 1,512 boosters, 186 cards. The fact that you can buy something for $5,000, I mean, I guess that's the retail. But also that 156 people have gotten this? Girl, uncut card sheets will be extremely rare collector pieces. I don't know. This is like the saddest crowdfunding countdown I think that has ever happened. And maybe this comes off of this morning. So you can place this. I'll find some time to edit it and put it out in the next couple weeks. I spent 5.5 hours going through my entire Hearthstone collection over the last 5 years and dusting it, like basically destroying it, because I wanted to film this video last night, and I thought I would play like a quick couple rounds of Hearthstone, and then I played too much that I wasn't able to film this video. And that was very upsetting for me. And it was very upsetting that I didn't have control over that, because I just felt this compulsion to keep going. Because I was on a tear, right? Like I was on a winning streak, so I just kept on winning. But I normally just keep doing that. No big deal. So like collectible card games and trading card games, I'm in a weird zone related to them. I usually dislike them vehemently, but I'm in a weird place related to them. There'll be another trading card game that we'll cover later on. Somebody tried to get me to cover it, and I sent them back an email. I was like, listen, I find trading card games to be predatory. I'm interested to hear how yours is not. So I have their email, and we'll go over that when we cover that. I think that's in fairness to them. They seem like they've got a good heart. But this one, I don't know. Have your hero and companion progress to tumult and meet before your opponent does. You draw 6 cards. Choose 3 to form your starting hand. Put the rest face down in your mana zone. Play 1 card at a time. Add up your character's statistics in an expedition. If one of your statistics is higher than your opponent's and the expedition is on the corresponding region type, it can move forward. So you want to block your opponent while progressing your own stuff forward as well. Managing sort of 4 things: moving yourself, moving your companion, blocking your opponents, both of those things. Rulebook currently a work in progress, but they do have a rulebook. You know what? That's better than most places. And it seems like a pretty easy and intuitive thing to play. I gotta hand it to them. They got a rulebook. And then combined with the $1 pledges for things that I was excited about. It's just a real bummer. It's a real friggin' bummer of a day. But that's okay, because you know what? There are so many other amazing things out there that don't have to resort to cheap tricks. And we can vote with our wallets, and we can support those things. Atomic Kaiju, why didn't you have your rulebook on your page? Come on. I asked for so little. Just a Word document. That's all I needed. Just to see that you tried. I like that your mana does stick around, right? It's not like a one-time discard. You discard it into your mana zone, and then you can tap them. And so I think that flow might be fun in terms of saying, nope, all these cards are garbage right now. Let's just put them in the mana zone and hope we can do more things. So each card is going to have a number of different biomes in which they're good at, and your number needs to beat the other person's number. That's it. And they'll all have different abilities as well. They can come from the reserve. Seems pretty simple. I don't think the draw here is the deck building, and I don't think the draw here is the actual gameplay. I think the draw here is this app that people are hoping to get rich off of, and yet are investing like $5,000, 5,000 euro into it, hoping that they can get back that value. I don't see why the average amount that someone has spent on this game is $500 Canadian. And I just don't see why that should be the average for any card game. But if you want to jump in and turn your hobby into a stock market that only makes you lose money, go ahead. That finishes Thursday, February 29th at 1:59 p.m. Let's move over to Dante. Dante's the best of the week so far. It really is. I have a 5 reasons you shouldn't back Dante Inferno. It goes into pretty good detail about all the different phases of the game, so I'm not going to cover it that much. I'm going to give you the Coles notes. If you're interested, you should check it out. Basically, there's 2 parts of the game. There's a choose your own adventure style part where you get small bonuses to a boss battle, and then there's a boss battle. There's a light campaign where you're gonna go over with one of your characters, or all 4 of your characters. You're gonna go through the 9 circles of hell, starting in Limbo with friggin' King Minos. And I also think it's very funny that the storyline of this first one is that King Minos was waiting 2,000 years to consummate his relationship, and you just show up on the night where he's supposed to consummate it. So obviously he's mad and starts throwing pillars at your head. I just think that's very funny. The price in this, we have a $99 pledge, which then plus shipping will be about $186. I go through this in the crowdfunding countdown. 186 Canadian, 140 or so US. I don't think it's worth it that much. That's just for the standees. Some people were saying, you said that's an okay deal. I just like a big box campaign that is $100. That's what I like. Standees or minis doesn't matter to me. I would prefer minis, but I just like potentially that $100 price and figuring out ways for it to get there. And there's a couple other stretch goal boxes that you're going to get. So I don't think it's like completely unreasonable, but I also understand the people who said that they thought it was a bad deal. Depends on how you look at it. I think I might be being pulled in by the marketing, to be fair. I think I really might be, and I think it might be a worse deal. And I think the comments are likely correct, as you always are. As an avid gamer, though, I do my best. That's going to finish on the 29th as well at 4 p.m. Check out the 5 reasons you shouldn't back if you want more coverage on it. Generally, the salient points are you get too many campaign games, and as a boss battler, it feels fine. It doesn't feel inspired. It doesn't feel like it really innovates beyond a bunch of other in the same genre, but it's also not my favorite genre. So anyway, that's that one. Let's keep it moving. Let's get something good, please. This one might be good. 38 US, I like that. Look at how much it just went up. That's amazing. Well, I've had this open for a bit. Protect the island from pirates. Sea Dragons is the game. Protect the island from pirates and gain control over the seas. A game from Simone Luciani, Pini Schechter, and Yaniv Kahana. Simone Luciani, isn't that part of Lorenzo? I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay. Let's check it out. This one seems pretty nice. You're going to be drawing these cards that have shapes on them. It's a polyomino dragon-lang shape, but the dragon pieces look fun. And then you're going to put your dragon out in that shape. You got to pay money if you go on the whirlpools, but you want to collect stuff to get objectives, and you want to stay away from other dragons and put your dragons in the prime spot because people have to pay you money if they go next to you. Double-sided modular seaboards, great. Love that. I mean, the order in which they get put down doesn't really matter. It won't matter, but plays up to 5 people? Yeah, this seems nice. And you're fighting for the same objectives as well, the same missions. Cool. I don't know. I hope they have the rulebook. Yes, they do. I don't know if these are specific to your dragon or not, which is, I don't know why they're colored. That's not the rulebook. All right, fine. Fine. It's on BGG. Oh, the difference is small, medium, and large. That's it, because you only have a certain number of dragon heads and dragon bodies. Cool. Yeah, very simple. Did I say you're going for majority in each of the sea realms? You're also going for majority. And important, a single dragon can have presence in 2 sea realms if it crosses a sea current. Okay, so you're not just resigned to that one pattern. Okay, great. I like that, because then the modular board actually might make a little bit of a difference. Draco Studios is involved in this as well. Nice. They love their dragons. I covered all of these, and all of them don't look good. Sorry. But don't know why there's that being offered. Sea Dragons looks better than any of the games listed here. Let's see. Friendly shipping. $9 subsidized. Yeah. $9 to the United States, $16 to Canada. So for you in the US, all of you in the US, it would be $47. You might be able to get this at retail for cheaper. For me, 54 US, that's like 74 Canadian. So not really anything I'd be actively considering. But it seems nice. I think those who get it will like it if you're looking for a nice little gateway game. That finishes Thursday, February 29th at 4 p.m. Moving along to the Ludos Asia collection. Wow, it's doing well. It's doing really well. That's great. That's really nice. This is the first volume in a beautiful collection of handpicked ancient games that fit in your pocket, featuring 4 two-player gems from Asia. Well, 3 two-player gems, and then there's Jarmo. Was it Jarmo yeah, I think it was Jarmo. No, it's fine. But the awesome part about this is that there is a pay what you want. There's a literal pay what you want level. 254 people have paid what they want. I hope the average backer pledge in our previous pay what you want campaign was $9.80. It's something to strive for. It's about how much it costs to create it. And if you are going to get it, you get one specific game. You can choose which one you like. I would recommend Hasumi Shogi. I have a full video on this as well. Look, that's me. The Ludos ASIA collection is a wonderful homage to ancient board games and a great fit for any collector who wants to get their hands on a beautiful edition of board game history. I agree with that statement 100% because I said it. It's a really slick collection box, or you can just get the bag and none of the boxes. But yeah, Hasumi Shogi's awesome. Oh, Jarmo's okay. What was I thinking about? Ute. Ute is not as exciting as the other three to me. But Hasumi Shogi's awesome. Ute's just meh. Bugchaw, I like. And Jarmo, I like. I think Bugchaw's better than Jarmo. The Ludos collection will feature 16 ancient strategy games. Cool. Yeah, I think it's a really nice addition of these little strategy games. If that's your jam, if you like two-player abstract games, Hasumi Shogi was great. And it's also, I feel, the decent value, $39. What's shipping? I don't know if I saw shipping beforehand. Shipping is, view estimated shipping by region. Pay what you want, untracked and tracked, $7. So you're gonna have to pay a little bit more, obviously, because you have to get it shipped to you. But tracked shipping to the USA is $13. Okay, so it comes in at 50 then US? 52 US. 52 US, so you're paying like $10 each, but you get this bomb box as well. For me in Canada, 18, gets a little bit pricier. 57, again, it's like 70. You can kind of justify it because it's 4 games, so you're paying an average of like 16 a game. If I did my quick math right, 16 to 17 a game. And that's including shipping, so when you factor that in, that's not bad. But you do have to get Ute. It's not that bad. There's something to it. I like rolling the sticks, but like, when I was talking about it, Renee in the background was like, are you telling them that game was good? I'm like, I like parts of it. But Hasumi Shogi, it's friggin' bomb. Really was. I love that this is doing so well. Where's my video? Oh, it's because I skipped it. There it is. Room board. God, you friggin' doofus. Anyway, I like the team. They're the team that brought you Pablo. And Pablo would come in here if, honestly, I wasn't too tired.
Hey there, wise guy. What are you saying? Nobody's too tired for Pablo.
Of course. I wasn't making excuses.
Yeah, you don't make no excuses. I'm a whack.
I know it seemed like that, but I swear I wasn't.
Well, it better not
I always want to see you.
That's good, because I never like to see you.
Of course I do.
Yeah. You like me?
You're my spicy pepper.
That's weird.
I'm sorry.
You're not allowed to say that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Get out of here. Get back to
let's get talking about this. You're covering the frame, Pablo. You're not letting the people see.
No.
I know.
Don't you put this on me. Get back to the coverage.
So yeah, that finishes Thursday, February 29th at 5 p.m. Check it out if you're interested in that sort of abstract style of game. Moving along, I'm glad they've got this little thing that says board game on it. That's how I know it's a board game, because it looks like an RPG. But we have the Battle for Thors Cliff 2, a Norse mythology board game. First expansion, 4 new heroes, 3 new chapters, 1 variant for the base game, area control, pick up and deliver, character development. That's a lot of buzzwords. I think I covered the first one then. This did sound familiar to me when I was going through it. Oh yeah, a non-cooperative board game. I definitely covered this. November 1st, 2021. Yeah, I would have been covering things at that point. I remember this being not that exciting. Let's just check in our master. November 30th to December 7th. I don't know what this was. This was way, way back. Resurgence, Hegemony, Call to Adventure. This guy seems excited about them. Wow, what a tough week against these 3 behemoths. I just played Call to Adventure the other day, and it was fun. God damn it. I made the same joke that I was about to make. Stupid past, Chris. Okay, so there's this Wuthering Heights song. This is what this segment's going to be about. Sorry, Thors Cliff. You weren't good. Yeah, the Battle of Thors Cliff 2. Anyway, there's this Wuthering Heights song. Look up Wuthering Heights by Kate Bush. Maybe you've heard of her from Stranger Things fame and nothing else. And there's this weird dance that goes along with it that my friend Marcella did at karaoke one time. And none of us knew that she was doing the dance. We just thought she was doing a weird dance at karaoke. And ever since then, anytime I hear Cliff, I think of Heathcliff. Anyway, just go look that. I'll put that down below. Editing Chris, go find it. Put it down below. Just find it now. Very stupid. Can't believe I was going to make the same joke as this idiot. See? It's this one. It's this one. I hate myself. and I just explained the same story. And I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I've never been more upset. I gotta cool off. There we go. That was not the voice I was expecting. Okay, go watch this video right now. Do it. Just pause and go do it. Look at that spotting. Come here, come home at night. So cold. I'm gonna get demonetized for this. Honestly, this video makes everything in the world better. It really does. Oh, it really does. Past Chris says this looked interesting enough to be interested in it. Thors Cliff 2 will use only miniatures and not standees. The Thors Cliff 2 miniatures are included in this pledge. Yeah, it's just like $100. The draw is this varied board. It's an adventure strategy board game. You need the base box of Thors Cliff 1, though, which has standees and not miniatures, but it also has the board. It's a bit confusing. Anyway, you have to navigate around here to expand your reach and get either 3 gems and bring them back, or kill 3 trolls and bring them back as well. These 3 trolls, and get those gems on them. Look at those trolls holding on to their sweet little gems. I think it looks interesting, but I just doubt that it would be interesting enough to warrant its cost when there are other tactical games that exist. Past Chris said he was interested in it, and then Past Chris also thought he thought it would overstay its welcome as well. But if you want to chuck dice at each other and move around with these big old minis on a elevated board, check it out. I think it's too expensive for what it is. What's shipping as well? 8 or 10, yeah, so subsidized. USA 21, 24, so better in the EU. Or 40 euro, like this isn't even worth considering when you get to that point. But hey, I'm glad it did well enough that they're coming back for a reprint. It's just crossed its funding goal too, so that feels like a potentially realistic thing. Good for them. Happy for them. That finishes Friday, March 1st at 7 a.m. Let's move along to Hidden Ark Deep Sea Expedition. I just played this. I backed this game the first time it was on Kickstarter, and that should be a notable thing because I don't back a lot of stuff. I thought this looked cool. Played it just the other night to make sure that I had played it in time to talk about this, because you know they churn out those expansions as soon as possible, and I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. I'll probably do a full review on it because I like talking about things that people haven't heard of and haven't seen. I think this one is really neat. Oh yeah, I don't need to know that. I've already looked through this campaign. Now they have a new expansion, and I also don't feel like the new expansion seems necessary at all. Somebody was talking about how they were really excited about the dual layer player board, but in the first one, it was just a single layer, but it had holes in it, so you could still stick stuff in it. The dual layer or a sheet with holes in it does pretty much the same thing for me. Although I will say that there were a bunch of, like, you need a player aid. Some of the symbology on the fish sucked, so there was that. But otherwise, it was a pretty fun game. However, I paid 50 euros for the deluxe. They're asking for 25 euros, plus an additional, like, shipping's gone up. So it would be another, like, $50 to get this as an expansion. And I just don't think, like, it's going to add that much as an expansion. I don't know if you can get the base game as an add-on. It doesn't look like you can get the base game as an add-on, so you'd have to get it with the expansion as well. And that's $100 and then plus more in shipping. Like, I'm all for supporting small-time creators, but I don't want to support them that much. No, like, I really quite enjoy this game, and this is the only way that you can get it. And this is what it costs because it is such a small print run. So I get that. I think I ended up paying something like $80 for the game. Maybe like 85, and I upsold myself because I was excited about it. And I was more excited that I could usually get it for like 60 or 65, and it's in that range that I would want to pay for it. So I guess if you think that you're getting this for 140, then the expansion is like an extra $40 Canadian. I think the base game is where it's at, even though these opportunity tokens really were game changing. So let me talk about the game now that I've just talked nonsense at you. You're going to have a map of the world, and there's going to be different fish out in this map, and you're going to put out your little science center where you start at some of these little circles. I wish, do you have a rule book? Give me the rules. This is better. Also, the rule book needs an update and needs some work. There are some confusing things in here that, like, they don't have, I'll explain the game first. Let me explain the game first. You're going to have this map, this game board, and you're going to have all these little fishies, right? You're going to put out the fish on the map, and then everybody's going to get to choose where to start on the map and get a little bonus. Every time you add a science center somewhere, you get to pick up a special bonus tile. And the cool part about these bonus tiles is that they can go on these 4 rows and improve those actions. They can either be one-time uses or they can be constant engine building. So then every time you take the move action, you also get one of these pink resources, let's say. So you're not only choosing where to start based upon the fish, based upon other players, based upon what you think is going to come up, but you're also doing it based upon the bonuses that you get and how close you are to going into the open sea to scoop up points as well, because there are points you can just grab from the ocean as you do deep sea exploration. The flow of the game is there are all these tokens face down, or if you have a bag, just put them in the bag. You draw 5 face up, and you get to pick one of these tokens. You always get to pick one of these tokens. You always get the chance of being able to upgrade your stuff or get a one-time ability, and then you choose one of these 4 actions. Like Scythe, you cannot choose the same action twice in a row, but there might be a way to mitigate that. I might have read in the rules or in an update. And the actions are building, where you can build your science centers and your ships, additional ships to go out and to explore, because every time you claim one of these fish, you have to go back to a science center. You have the moving of the ships, where you can go out and you can rescue these fish, where you pay resources to do so. You have the upgrade action, where you actually have to take upgrades and put them on your board. You don't get to do that for free. You have to take an action to do that. So it's about timing out when to be efficient with those upgrades and when not. And then finally, you have the research, which just gives you 3 resources or more if you've invested into it. I found that the game kind of devolved into going between the research and the ship moving phase, so the upgrade and the building weren't as prevalently used, but that's okay. It still was really quite fun, and I enjoyed it a lot. Because you can also get these single-use actions, which are huge. Instead of building your engine, you can optimize your efficiency. The game ends once a certain number of fish have been purchased, but there are a couple things that need to be improved in this rulebook. Here it says the first upgrade is free and can be placed in any upgrade slot, and then additional upgrades may be installed for the listed cost below the upgrade slots, if any. I think, well, I guess now that I reread this, it's pretty clear that you can upgrade as many as you want. However, the top 8 spaces are all free, and the fact that you can do additional stuff for free is really whack to me. How I played it, and how I think it should be played, is that the first upgrade you get is free, and then you must be forced to build something in one of these spots that cost you money. And so it forces you to take the upgrade spot a little bit more, forces you to get more money for them. Like the fact that they have money, but you don't have to spend the money to do it is just weird and silly. And also there, at the end of the game, you have all these awards, and there are a few awards that aren't intuitive. And so maybe it's if you get one of everything. Yeah, all players may qualify for the worldwide award of having a tile of every color, but there needs to be a list of saying who gets what when. In addition, some of the awards relate to these little text on the side of the fish, and they're very hard to see, and there are 3 of them, so it could easily have just been a square, a triangle, and a circle, and then you could write the text in the middle. That would have been a lot more clear. So there's these little things that need to be cleared up and specified, but otherwise, it's a pretty fun game. You can spend a dedication cost of any 2 resources to take the same action again, though, if you wanted to. Now, in the little mini upgrade that I got with the deluxe edition, that also came with some new opportunity tokens, and that's the consideration for this one as well, is to get these additional opportunity tokens to let you have different things. I really like the engine building in this game so far. I want to play it more, but just with the efficiency of upgrades and the fact that you have to take an upgrade slot to do things, it goes pretty quickly for you to be choosing these other things as frequently, because they aren't worth as many points. But it ended with an exact tie when we played it, so pretty close. Even though I was playing the upgrade as though I had to pay, and they were correctly, my opponents were correctly paying as though you didn't have to pay. Because I wondered if that made a difference or not. So it seems it almost did. But luckily I was still able to pull out a win. This is a really tough one for me. The expansion itself just gives a new deep sea expedition. It gives you 5 additional colors. and it gives you new opportunity tokens, which are the most interesting things. But I could also just proxy these opportunity tokens, and I might just do that because that's the thing that I want the most. And there's no rule book for the expansion. Why is there not a rule book for the expansion? I don't know why. So I don't think I'm going to opt for the expansion, especially because it would cost me €15. So it would cost me €40. So again, like $54 for this expansion. And I like the game. I don't see the expansion adding a ton of a lot other than giving me that completionist mentality. Look at that. Black Sea Devil Anglerfish looks like something along those lines. Well, it didn't have a light, but certainly looks like that. Yeah, this is a tough one. Like, it's a tough call. It's weird that they don't have just the base game. I would recommend getting just the base game. I would ask if they were going to have just the base game. Thomas Frank, hope Room and Board will cover this next week, pushes over the line. Yeah, it seems like they got that last stretch goal, which is great. I really wish that there would be an ability to just get the base game, because I would absolutely recommend the base game. Like, I really enjoyed my first play. It was one of those things where when I played it through, I was very happy that I was right, that it appealed to my tastes. And a couple times throughout the game, I was like, oh no, oh yes, oh this is cool, right? Like, things happened where I was excited to continue playing. I was excited to race. I felt like I was falling behind, but then my engine kicked into gear and I was able to accomplish things. We all ended up getting a little mini expansion opportunity token that let us go into the same row over and over. And so at the end of the game, we were able just to like hammer down on the ship movement one, which might have felt weird if only one of us had gotten it. Somebody got diagonal movement, and that was a huge game changer for expansion. Somebody got a whole bunch of extra ship movements and was able to move like 6 or 7 each time. It was a really exciting and dynamic game. And I really did enjoy it. Like, it was my pick of the week way back when it happened. I stand by it because I backed it. Like, I was really excited to get it. And it really didn't disappoint me whatsoever. So if you like that idea of quick engine building while with that like race feel, I would really encourage you to check it out. Oh, okay, the deep sea fish have the standard colors on the back, so they'll seamlessly blend in with the rest. But when it comes up, you probably need a sub to get there. That's interesting. So it essentially will block spaces on the board. That's pretty cool. And they're worth a ton, but you need a sub to go get it. Interesting. I don't know. That does seem cool. Am I just wanting to get it so I want it as a completionist? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking it. I think I'd be perfectly happy with just the base game, and it's tough justifying like it for 120, which is what it would cost for me. But you can see the amount of people who have gotten it and have enjoyed it. 87 backers. It's all new backers. Really, there's only 20 new backers compared to 87 original backers. That should speak to people who are enjoying the game. I really did like this one. Really happy I got it to the table. I would love if this came with better player aids, if it came with player aids for people, if it came with a quick reference guide for all of the opportunity tokens, maybe not. It seems like they've improved their iconography here, though. It's already giving you a lot more information than the base one does, so that's good. This is a tough one. But I think this one falls for me. Like, I'm very, very happy with the base game. I don't think I need the expansion at this moment in time. But also, if you want a 5th player, this could easily play at 5. I kind of just kept the extra boards. You could use proxy pieces if you wanted to play a 5th player. Yeah, if you like engine building, you like the feel of a race, and you like potentially navigating on the board, and some set collection in there, it's a really, really nice blend of stuff. Highly recommend checking it out. It's tough that it's a bit more expensive, and shipping is a little bit more expensive as well, but it's clearly a very small company, and that might make me back it. I got 2 days to decide. I got 4 days to decide. Okay, I'm really going to think about this one because it's close, but I would be backing more because I want to support the creator versus feeling like this would add enough to be worth it. You know, I don't know. 5th player, more opportunity tokens, more fish. I do it for like 35. just a bit too much right now. But yeah, still a really, really, really solid game. I liked it a lot. Probably going to get sealed of distinction if I had to rate it. So yeah, it would probably be like 4.5 out of 5. It's between a 4 and a 4.5. I'll just have to wait and see. I gotta wait. I gotta play more games. I gotta see how that flow builds out. I have to see how those little mini things incorporate. I gotta wait and see. But it's fun. It's really fun, and I'm very happy that I backed it and do not regret backing it whatsoever from that first spot. And I upsold myself. But hey, I just got to reap the rewards of upselling myself. Anyway, that's enough. That finishes Friday, March 1st at 9:48 a.m. Let's move along to Aeon's End, The Descent. It's a standalone experience within the exciting world of Aeon's End using the familiar Shuffle Free Who Cares, new mages, new nemesis, all new Friends and Foes module. And of course, it's compatible with all existing Aeon's End content. Aeon's End is awesome. If you don't own anything Aeon's End, you should consider getting this. Straight up. I don't even know what's in here, but I think it'll be great because Aeon's End is great. I think also that there probably is an Aeon's End version that exists that will be better than this. Friend and Foe, this is interesting. Each friend expands the turn order deck. While that would make things easier, I don't know if I would like that. But for each game, including a friend, the Nemesis also adds a foe to the game, forcing the players to deal with an additional nuisance. Okay, so it scales in both ways. I mean, I trust the Aeon's End team, really. Elemental tokens are placed on enemies. When resolved, result in positive effects for players. Gain a charge. You can destroy a card in hand. Wow. And Venom deal 2 damage. Cool. The little small expansions are also awesome. They just give you additional mages. You know, they're great. Aeon's End is an awesome co-op deck builder. It's my friend Zach's like #2 game of all time. He has all the content. Well, now he doesn't. And they've been doing these things where there are like mini campaigns inside each realm. So this would be a great thing to get, or you could get another sort of mid-wave thing. We'll try to do a video of like ranking all the Aeon's End stuff and really giving you a buying guide because there's so much and you don't need so much of it. But I really like, ever since they've started doing these little mini stories in each one of their expansions, I think that's pretty cool. So this is a new standalone one, though, which makes me a little less excited because I like the expansions where I don't get doubles of a bunch of things, you know? I don't need more life dials. I don't need more tokens. I just want the cards, personally. So having it as its own standalone, I don't know, but 69, that's not too bad. That's probably pretty good, actually. Shipping taxes, extra copies. Well, $20 for shipping, so 89. It's 99 or like 130. Yeah, you can get this for cheaper at a store, right? If we go to Board Game Bliss, you could get Aeon's End Legacy for 95 Canadian, or Aeon's End The New Age for like $60 Canadian. This is the thing that I would recommend. Now you're losing out on these like little mini expansions that are selling for a little bit more. That's where the extra value comes from. But there's so many cards, there's so many different ways to incorporate these little mini expansions that you don't need them, but they're good value for what they are. I would recommend getting like the New Age if you're just jumping into Aeon's End, and then you can have it right now and you don't have to wait for a whole year. But it's a great system. It's a great system that I will never be sad, and I'll always be excited when I see new stuff's coming out, even if I don't need it. So if you're interested in that one, that finishes Friday, the 1st of March at 1 p.m. Let's move along. We're getting close. We're almost through it. I mean, we have five more campaigns to go through, but one of them is this, so this should be pretty quick. We have the Hampshire Battle Royale and Dingo Duel. Hampshire Battle Royale is a mini-game-centric, last bear standing competitive party board game. Why has it got to be bears? Why has it got to be bears? You know what? And maybe it's the bears talking, because they always talk through me. It's $40 for what looks like a really great structure for a drinking game. I think if that's your market, if you're looking for that, you could be at number 10 and you have to take 10 shots. That would be a very drunk night. You can do it however you like. There's going to be a bunch of little mini games. You're going to roll dice. You're going to hit ping pong balls off of each other. You've got a little beer pong expansion pack that you can use the red bordered cards to, if you have like a beer pong setup. It's very clearly set up like that. And I love this. I love that there's actually mini games designed for people who want to play a drinking game, who want to play like a party game, battle royale. who aren't gamers, who just want to hang out and have like an activity to do, I think this would really fit the bill for that. I really do. Shipping is US based, and it's $20 shipping, so it's $60 total if you want this idea. Or if you live in New Hampshire, you can pick it up. I'm happy for them that it seems to have funded. Oh no, it's close. It's close to funding. Just need a few more people to fund, but I think it probably will. And at that point, when it's $250, the creators will probably chip it in at the very last moment. I would think, just to get it out there, out in the world. So yeah, so surprising. But it's, you know what, for the people who this is for, I really like that for them. That finishes Saturday, March 2nd at 8:20 a.m. 4 more to go. 3 more to go, but really a lot more because we have the Button Shy reprint campaigns, the 5th Button Shy reprint. They've recently published 110 wallet games, and they're revisiting some favorites that have run low or out of stock. So they're going to stop at 6 games. I'm sure that it's already stopped. So Numsters, Skulls of Sedlec and its expansion, and Seasons of Rice. There you go, Seasons of Rice. Skulls of Sedlec is fun. Skulls of Sedlec I've played. You're building out a little mini pyramid. You can play 2 people against each other. I like the idea of these wallet games, but I never really end up pulling them out. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I really need to get into Button Shy and pull them out at lunch break or whatever. I just don't ever, I don't think I have the people to play with. And to be fair, a lot of these are solo games, and I'm not like a solo gamer. So a lot of these are structured so that if you're out somewhere, you can just pull it out, play some cards. Better than playing solitaire, right? $10 each is always feels decently reasonable, and they are well known for a reason. They've added At the Helm, so there you go, and Numsters. So let's check them out just quickly. We have Numsters. With hungry Numsters, form a line and rage them well, and you'll be fine. But when they all begin to munch, avoid the mouth, or you'll be lunch. It's like the monster. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. The monster is here. Anybody watch that anime? It's a solo game that can be played with your hand or on a table. Each of the hungry Numsters features a number and a special ability, starting with a stack of 6 random Numsters plus the mouth card right here. If on top of the stack at the end of the turn, you lose. Yeah, we gotta feed that mouth. You need to eat, move, and manipulate your way to victory. So it feels kind of like Food Chain Island, which I always thought was kind of cool. Skulls of Sedlec is great. You have all these different symbols. These cards are dual cards, and you're going to arrange them, creating the best arrangement of skulls. You want the skulls to be on top of other skulls in order to get points. Easy, quick, simple to play. Seasons of Rice, 18-card tribute to his Cambodian heritage. Cool. Players are farmers puzzling together patty cards to expand their family's landscape of rice paddies, ensure the most bountiful of harvests. Drafting cards, placing them into their expanding landscape, closing off paddies in order to score the most points by the end of the game. So it's Carcassonne. That's what it is, right? Let's go through to the middle and see how things are laid out. Yeah, it's Carcassonne. You want to create these different patties and create things together. I'm sure there's more of a structure than that, but that seems cool. At the Helm, number 88. The sea is a dangerous place, whether it's storms or sea serpents. You're putting your life on the line each time you set sail. It's a heavy nautical theme game inspired by old captain ship's logs. Often in these ship logs, you see drawings. We use that as an inspiration. It's solo. It's a deck builder. Build a deck. Use it to complete 3 selected challenges before you run out of time or health. Choose 1 or 2 cards from your hand, resolve its ability, or discard it. Draw cards from the deck until you have 3 cards in hand. Take 1 damage for each broken heart. Oh yeah, so each broken heart you have here. Yeah, because you missed your dog. Aw, you missed your dog. Cool. Skulls of Sedlec's expansion just adds a bunch of stuff on here. So $5 for any number of games to the US. That makes sense. 14 for 1 to 3 games, and 24 for 4+ games to Canada. That's always how it is. That's probably why I haven't pulled the trigger. You know what I mean? If I lived in the US, I probably would have pulled the trigger and gotten some Button Shy stuff. But you can always get these on the Button Shy website. So it's not really necessary to get in this campaign. They're generally always available, but it's good that they come back and they get a sense of who wants stuff in the reprint. Kind of surprising the funding's that low, to be honest. I assumed it would be a lot higher. But yeah, check them out. They're a really well-known company, well-rated. If you're a solo gamer too, nice to be able to pull something out and just play it when you're trying to kill time. Great filler games. Yes, that finishes Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Moving along to Rocket Ranchers Herding Cats in Space, a grid drafting set collection card game for 1 to 6 players. Collect alien livestock. Watch out for space cats. Or don't. This seems pretty simple. $20 US, great. Yeah, this looks great. You play a card from your hand, you take cards in that set. If they're next to Space Cats, the Space Cats chase you along, and they're going to be worth negative points or sometimes positive points, because how the things are scored is that each cat is worth a certain amount of stuff. 6 plus, one each. You want to match the sets and match a whole bunch of stuff, and each one of them will have a unique scoring condition. And you select 3 to have a unique scoring condition, and then the others are just like basic set collection. It seems really simple. It's $20, 27 Canadian. What's shipping? This seems great. 10 to the US, fantastic. 30 to Canada, not getting it. But yeah, 10 to the US, $30 for this little easy filler game. If you like the art, you like set collection, you're playing your cards, you can also just pick up all of your cards, or if you've played all your cards, you just get to pick them up automatically, so obviously do that instead. I think this looks simple, solid, fun. Great job. That if you're interested in that finishes Tuesday, March 5th at 10 a.m. On to the last one of the week. We have Steam Power, a new train game by Martin Wallace. Come on, baby, by Wallace Designs. Oh, this is the one he was talking about. Cool. Oh, this is going to be expensive, though, because all the tiles have rails on them. I did an interview with Martin Wallace like a year ago in the summer, last summer, and he was talking about working on this design, and it's finally out. Oh boy, I'm excited. This is cool. Quick setup. Yeah, I think this one's actually going to be pretty easy too. Okay, cool. Let's check it out. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. This seems pretty simple. You're just completing, you're gathering resources, which will give you additional money and additional tracks and additional stuff to bring down. Station Master, $99. Yikes. Highly replayable, old school Euro with modern components. But yeah, the way these were made, I remember he was saying that they were figuring out a way to make the tiles like so satisfying. I'm excited for them. Players compete to build the best rail network. Okay, cool. On your turn, you can perform 2 actions, which can be the same. Build track tiles, build a factory, fulfill a contract, take money from the bank, okay, take contract tiles. Cool, so these contract tiles are yours specifically. The game ends when a certain number of contracts are fulfilled, which varies by player count. The player with the most points and money, which converts to points, wins. Easy. That does seem easy. Cool, so the cost to build also matters depending upon the map. That's neat. Great example. So you can drop factories down anywhere, and then you can use them. You get a discount if it's your factory. You get a discount if you're connected to it. If you're connected to it and it's your factory, you can basically get those resources for free. Otherwise, blue factory, blue link, red link until it gets to a green connection. Neat. I wonder if that gets paid to the people or not. Probably not. Probably just goes back to the bank. I do like that you're trying to expend the tiles, because then the tiles are worth victory points, like brass and anything that connects to it. It's very brassy in terms of trains connecting into places that will eventually be used up and used for points, which is intriguing to me. I am wondering, I forget what I was wondering. Probably not important. I guess I wasn't wondering it that much. Oh yeah, I am wondering if like placing a factory down, I guess you always want to place a factory down, right? Because then cost people money as long as you want to use it. Or you may not really want to place a factory there if you have no intention of connecting your network to there, because you want to make other people waste their actions to do so, because there's action efficiency. I imagine that's how it'll go. And getting one of those things and flipping over the tiles gives you the points and not someone who's connected to it. Sweet. Okay, we have the deluxe version and we have the standard version. Yeah, okay, I like wooden trains, wooden that. 3 maps. Resources are PVC, resources are wooden. I don't mind the difference. Contract cards versus contract tiles, don't mind that difference. Coins versus cardboard, don't mind that difference. Track tiles are cardboard versus whatever they're using right here. It doesn't say what they're using, but you can have cardboard tiles. Yeah, that's fine. And then cotton bags. 11 separate cotton bags are also provided to store components and for use in play. Okay, what's the difference? $40. $40 for the standard edition. That's really good. I mean, you get a lot in the Station Master, but just for some cardboard and like a pretty neat train game? Yeah, I like that a lot. I wasn't expecting 40. That's good. I was expecting 50 or 59. Cool. How much is shipping? Oh, and we get a little map pack. Oh, cool. This gives you a couple more maps if you wanted it. So 60 if you wanted the extra maps. Then you could upsell yourself if you wanted. 15 US, so 55 for a retail copy, 62 US, so it'd be like $80 still for me. When it goes to Canadian, a bit expensive, but I mean, it's Martin Wallace. Come on. He's the #1 designer out there. Where's the rulebook, though? I know the rulebook exists, and I bet it's here on Tabletopia. Really annoying that the rules aren't on the page, right? They have to go through to Tabletopia to get them. That's stupid. Oh, just kidding. No, it's on the page. All right, community links and rules. Community links and rules in the side. That's my bad. Rules, community files right here. Steam Power rules, boom. Or you can get to them through Tabletopia as well. But yeah, seems really simple. Fulfilling contracts, connecting routes. Cities are randomly added each time. Okay, cool. So that changes it up. I think this is going to be good. I think this is going to be really good. 18 trains, 15 factories. That should tell you the amount of trains that you have. I guess it's not that bad because you saw them putting it in the middle, right? Crossing $2, terrain cost is ignored. So if somebody does the mountains first, then you can just snake in there for cheaper. I really like that as an idea as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and re-listen to that interview because he mentioned what these were made out of and they were testing it at the time. And he said that they were really cool. I mean, of course, it could just be selling it, right? But it didn't seem like it. It seemed like just a genuine, he was excited about it. Yeah, this looks great. Very simple. Getting contracts, getting money, placing things on the routes, just trying to complete your objectives. Super streamlined, super easy route building. You score nothing if there are still resources on the factory. Yeah, I really like that. I like that it's the factory. It incentivizes you to put it down as a factory and get those out. And then you have to choose if you're fulfilling contracts. Is it worth it flipping that? What do you give to the other player? I need to look up if you give the money to the bank or not. Yeah, which is 1 is paid 2 red and 2 is paid 2 blue. Oh, great. Great, because in that economy is so flowing, it's so tense, you don't want to give up any money, you don't want to give them extra actions, especially because it's 1/5 of a point. Awesome. Really, really lovely way to finish. 22 US feels pretty good shipping. So shipping would be 62 US for me, 80 for me. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this, I'd probably rather get a new game, a version of Steam powered, than get the expansion to Hidden Arc. But I think those are probably going to be our 2 picks. And you know what, Atomic Kaiju, you could have gotten it if you had the rulebook on your page. Yeah, cool. So that's it. That's it for the week. Oh no, when does that finish? That finishes Tuesday at 10 a.m., right? Yeah, next Tuesday, March 5th at 10 a.m. That's it. That's it for the week. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with me. Turned out to be an okay week. A lot of weird ones. This one was weird. This one was an upsetting week. Thank you to everybody who pointed out the $1 campaign. I love that it was so visible on that trash count one. And I know I'm sure I missed some. I'm really sure I missed some. I hope Martin Wallace's didn't do it. And I hope Hidden Arc didn't do it, because those are the picks of the week. The pick for me, of course, is Hidden Arc. Yeah, it still is Hidden Arc. I want to highlight this game. It's only raised $6,000. Like, this is a game that should be picked up by a publisher. It really should be. It should be picked up by a publisher. It should be in wider distribution. If you can get the cost down, this game is great. It's really nice. It's a really nice engine building, running around sort of game, race game. I liked it a lot. And so it stays as the pick of the week for me, even though I may not back it. I probably won't. And I'm contemplating doing the pick for you. The pick for you is for sure Steam Power. I think the fact that they got it down to 40, right? I mean, the 99 with the deluxe with the tiles, and I think they're adding a bunch in there. But I love that this feels affordable. This does feel really affordable. And I guess I would need to look at my store or call my store and say, hey, are you getting any of these? And see if I can buy it from them. But I think Martin Wallace is obviously an incredible designer. And I think this feels really streamlined. Like, that's the quote that everybody are saying in their videos. And I can feel it, right? I can feel it being quick. I can feel it being streamlined and still having like really crunchy potential decisions. So that gets me really excited. I think those will be good. A few good ones in here. But let me know what I missed. Let me know what I missed. Let me know if there's anything that got you really excited this week. I really appreciate you all still being here. Thank you for sticking with me. Thanks for tuning in week after week. I just love you all. You're awesome. You're really lovely. And I'm so happy with the community that we've built. Give yourselves a little thumbs up down below. Do it. That's for you. Let's give our community a thumbs up. It's not for the video. No, of course not. I wouldn't do that. It's for you. It's for you all. Yeah, let me know what you're backing, what you're excited about. You still doing Dante or not? I'm curious. I like y'all a lot. It's time for me to get some food. So I guess that's it. My name's Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase, but I am like super grateful at everybody who points out the $1 pledges and like, let's keep hammering that friggin' drum. I will hammer that drum every week until it is squelched from existence. That's dumb, but you all are not. So I hope you have a wonderful day.